It is Friday, April 25th, 2025. This is another edition of Baseball Today. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Nan, intern Sawyer along for the ride as well as we get you all set for another fun baseball weekend. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to a game tonight, Chris. Is actually why I got my you always have a reason for your hat. I'm wearing a Pirates hat tonight today because I'm going to the game tonight to see my good buddy Kutch.
Okay, let's see. Let's flip it around. Let me see.
You've seen this one before.
I bet I forgot. I'm old. Oh, ooh,
it's a super swaggy.
Yeah, you got to wear it that way today. That one's too cool to wear.
I'm actually going to wear a Dodgers hat with a McCutchen t-shirt just to really confuse everyone. That's my outfit for tonight.
You will confuse everybody.
Yeah.
By the way, as you wear your hat backward right now for our audio-only audience, how long can you wear that before people are like, come on, you're too old to wear your hat backward?
Today is the day. Yesterday.
That's it. Okay. Your Pirates is actually part of our tip of the cap because Matt Gorski, welcome to the show.
Drive to left field, Matt Gorski! Ho-ho! Sing it, Rock! Indiana! I won't sing it. Matt Gorski homers his first big league at bat.
Not the first guy to do it, and certainly not the first people in a booth to try and sing. Please don't do that, even though he went to the University of Indiana. That's why, or Indiana University, sorry. That's why people were so pumped. It's a nice story. 27 years old. He was drafted in 2019. Obviously, it took him a while to get here. Very cool moment.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, you're obviously very nervous, and all you want to do when you get your call up, especially as an offensive player, is just get a hit. That's it. And to get your hit, homer, RBI all in one swing is very special.
Yep. All right, we'll start our show with last season's AL MVP runner-up who just continues to be a hit dog.
Another 3-2. On the ground, through the right side, base hit. India comes around third, and he's in to score. Bobby Witt Jr. has a hit with a runner in scoring position.
Yep, he's gotten a lot of those this year. A career-best 16-game hitting streak as the Royals sweep the Rockies in a doubleheader. They've actually won 4 in a row. The thing is, outside of Witt Jr., this offense pretty much stinks. Worst OPS in baseball. It is under 600 as a team. Oh, by the way, the A's just brought up Nick Kurtz, who was drafted last year. Why aren't the Royals bringing up Jack Caglione? And should they?
It's interesting. I think a lot of people really just want reinforcements. If you're a Kansas City Royal fan, you see this team OPS, you say, we got this guy, we know he can swing the bat. Like, let's just bring reinforcements. I actually read an article about it this morning where the Royals GM was talking about, sometimes you don't, I know the Royals just had a good series, but sometimes you don't want to bring a guy up like that who doesn't have a ton of minor league at bats under his belt. Mm-hmm. You don't want to bring him up when your team is struggling. You'd rather bring him up in a time of success. And I think that it makes some sense to me, let's get some pressure off the guy and just say, hey, you just go be a part of this instead of, hey, be a savior here. So I'm kind of on the fence about this one, Chris. I don't think this is some sort of service time manipulation thing. But if you're asking me, what's the best 26-man roster, it probably has him on it. So I think there's a little bit more context, a little bit more gray in this situation. If I'm a player on that team, I want him up. So I think we'll see him sooner than later. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, he should be up here. And there was kind of a transaction that slid under the radar over the last week or so, I believe. It's that MJ Melendez got sent down. Caglione is he was out in right field last night. We talked about it. None of the 3 returning guys in the outfield, Melendez, Renfroe, Isbell, had an OPS over 700. Not one. So they need some pop out there. Could he be a liability in that cavernous outfield? Yes. But you know where else they're a liability? Hitting the ball over the fence. They have a dozen home runs at this point. Nobody has more than 2. And I know that there are some established major leaguers that are off to really slow first month starts. Salvi's OPS is 631. Pasquantino, 555. Michael Massey, who's been a decent player at times, is 445. Jonathan India, whom they brought in to be an on-base machine, that ain't happening. His OPS is 565, and it continues on and on throughout this lineup. So, yes, would he have to be a little bit of a savior if he came up? Yeah, but this team is good enough pitching staff-wise, and I know Cole Reagan's just left the game with an injury, so we'll see how he is. But pitching staff-wise, this team is good enough to compete and do some damage, I think, in the playoffs. They are 10-1 this year when they score 4 runs or more. 4. I didn't say 5 or 6. I said just 4 little measly runs. This team doesn't need a ton more offense, so if you give me a guy that is a bopper and has a chance to put the ball over the wall, I'm taking him.
I would say get him out of AA, put him in AAA, let him play the outfield a little bit more. And I mean, look, it's April 25th. I'm going to put a date on it. How about this? I bet let's go Cinco de Mayo. I bet he'll be up by Cinco de Mayo.
I mean,
as long as they promote him quickly. I think they're good. I think they want him to get some AAA at bats, which I kind of understand. The AA to the big leagues is crazy.
Let me ask you this question. It's the only pause I had is that, and he hasn't spent, I believe, a ton of time in the outfield. How worried would you be putting him in the outfield at Kauffman Stadium while also dealing with being a major league hitter?
I actually don't really care that it's like a big outfield. You just play him deep. Just play him deep and say keep everything in front of you. Don't be a hero. Like you can get around that. He played outfield in high school, so it's not like hasn't ever done it, which is a little bit different. I just think you just play him 5 steps off the track and say keep everything in front of you. That's what you do.
But didn't you tell me you were scared to death at times when you got into a major league outfield?
I never played outfield ever. Like, there's a difference. Like, I was an infielder my entire life, and then I got thrown out there. And I was also not, like, a great offensive player at the time. If he's coming up and hit, they want him to hit, dude.
I know.
So, I don't think it's as big of a deal as maybe people might think.
I think Cinco de Mayo is a good over-under. I think I'll take the over by a little bit. I think he's probably a mid to late May guy, but they're only 3.5 out. I mean, it's been a horrific.
He's 10 for his last 16. Get him out of AA. Give him a week in AAA. See how he does, and then if you're kind of like still right here, make the move.
27th in runs, 24th in hits. I told you last in homers, 26th in on base percentage, 29th in slug. Lowest OPS in the league by 70 points as a team. Royals fans, tell us, are you ready to see him? Put us in the comments below. Let's get this thing going. Speaking of getting going, the Orioles, they won a game against the Nats, but they lost yet another series. They are tied for last place in the American League East. They're going to take on AL Central leading Detroit this weekend. In your opinion, have Baltimore and Detroit kind of flip-flopped in the way we see the hierarchy of the American League?
I think so. I mean, look, the Orioles keep proving me wrong, and Detroit keeps proving me wrong, but just for different reasons. Like I gave the Orioles a lot of credit. I think they do have good baseball players on up and down their lineup. I don't think that this window all of a sudden is magically gone. They just need to add some reinforcements. The Tigers, I never really gave them credit. I would question the pitching staff, which has been great. And they're consistently finding different ways to beat you. So I had these teams flip-flopped. I'm worried about the Tigers. I'm a AL Central guy. Like, I understood that there was a chance that they could be pretty dang good. But I tended to discount the starting pitching, even with Skubal, even with the guys that they brought in like Flaherty. And so yeah, to answer your question, I definitely have the Tigers over the Orioles in the power rankings, and it'll be that way until the Orioles get reinforcements in their starting pitching, and some of these young guys perform a little bit better.
Well, I had it this way at the beginning of the year. I had it flip-flop before the season started because for the second straight year, I predicted that the Tigers would win the American League Central. Obviously, that didn't come to fruition last year. I just believed in them. I thought bringing back Flaherty was enormous because I felt like it took a little bit of the pressure off of Jackson Jobe and Casey Mize. It moved them down a little bit in terms of expectations, I would say, heading into the season. And now do you see what those two have done? I mean, Casey Mize has been phenomenal. All those guys, all 5 of those dudes. So we're talking Flaherty, Skubal, Mize, Job, and Reese Olson, all have an ERA under 3.5. 4 of them have an ERA under 3. And I said at the beginning of the year, I said I thought by the end of the season that would be a top 5 or top 3 rotation in the American League. It might be a top 3 rotation in baseball by the end of the year.
You had it read all right. I did not. I think I always look at other question marks and how many guys, if you have 4 question marks in your rotation, how many are going to be answered during the season? And they've just all been answered for the Tigers. We should have known about Jack, though. I should have known about Jack at least, because last year when he was with Detroit, he told me that I love it here. He had great success. I'm looking at the numbers right now. He's got 23 starts for Detroit to a 2.89. Like he's just found
agrees with him
a place that he likes to pitch. Obviously, the ballpark I think helps in his mind at least too. But yeah, they've been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, they have the best ERA in the American League. And offensively, it feels like there's so much more. They've been carried by basically 3 guys, right? It's been Torkelson, Carpenter, and McKinstry. Riley Green hasn't gotten going at all. Colt Keith, who they really felt like was going to be a good bat-to-ball sort of guy, has not gotten it going either as a big leaguer. And we know that in the offseason, they tried to go get Alex Bregman. That means that they're willing to spend money if they feel like they are one bat shy of really competing for an American League championship. I don't know the Tigers' entire farm system, but they are going to go get somebody.
Nolan Arenado?
Ooh. Good start for him, right?
And the Cardinals, sort of.
That's interesting.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. I mean, I have to do a little more digging on it, but I think they're in really, really good shape. And yes, overall, the question is Baltimore, this is getting ugly fast. I don't know how they dig. I know the Povich pitched great last night, but they are really up the creek with their pitching situation. It's horrible. Poor Charlie Morton. I can't watch that poor guy get out there. I can't watch an old man take it like that.
It reminds you of yourself.
Yes, it does. It's way too close to home. By the way, can I tell you, the dye job on my beard yesterday,
You look great.
it was really good. I always like it the next day when I do Baseball Today because it kind of still is in there. People are like, ew, you didn't wash your face? I washed the rest of the face. I wanted to heap it in there just for today a little bit.
Whenever I see you on TV, you got the glasses on and the hair is combed. You just look great. I don't know.
Thank you. You
The
know,
suit on.
here's what's great. Well, number one, I have lost a little weight, so I'm actually getting into some suits I hadn't gotten into in a while, so it expands the wardrobe. Number two, I get this at least from like 5 to 10 people on social media. When did Seth Rogen start hosting on NFL Network?
That's pretty good. I can see that.
When I put my glasses on, but I will tell you this, I'm not high every day. So I guess and he's got a bazillion dollars. And
What about at night, though?
Let's move on.
Okay.
It's time for our Like a Bosch Player of the Week. It is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. And just like Bosch Power Tools, this player got the job done through hard work, through grit, and through determination. So, Trevor Plouffe, who is your Bosch Player of the Week?
I am going with my guy, Wilmer Flores.
Yes.
With another great series against the Milwaukee Brewers. He just gets the job done. In any situation, pressure packed. Sometimes the swings do not look pretty, but he's getting the job done. He took a backdoor slider, I believe it was yesterday, and just shot it through the 3-hole. He saw the first pitch, same pitch, took it. Later in the back, got the same one, and just shot it through the hole. And the announcers were like, oh, that's really easy to do. It's like, that's not easy to do. Wilmer Flores has been incredible. 27 runs driven in on the year, Chris.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. It was several years ago where he was traded / not traded by the New York Mets and teared up on the infield and the whole bit. He has become a real presence in the San Francisco lineup. I think that's a really good call. Well liked out there, and he's really become a good major league hitter, which I never saw this part coming. So good for him. For me, it's the best dude that changed teams in the offseason, and that's offensively, and that's Kyle Tucker. 7 for his last 19. They played 5 home games against the Diamondbacks, had a crazy series against them, had an awesome series against the Dodgers. He's got 2 homers, 6 ribs, 6 runs in that span. But he's been doing it all year long, an average over 300, an OPS over a 1-dotter, an OPS plus of almost 200 this year. And every time he swings the bat, if you listen closely, you'll hear this ka-ching, 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 because he just keeps adding to his contract demands. He is that good a player. We missed him last year because he played fewer than half of the season and still had like a WAR of 4, which is insane. So this year, he's already off to a great start in terms of WAR. It's not going to surprise me if he's a 7 or 8 WAR player there on the north side, and then he's going to cash in afterwards. So he does it all, man.
No, he's the Ricketts family. You better open up those pocketbooks. So you got a couple guys that every time they hit the ball, it goes cha-ching, cha-ching. Pete Armstrong, the same thing there.
Yeah. Today's episode of Baseball Today, it is sponsored by Bosch. When you pick up a Bosch power tool, it makes you feel empowered and confident and appreciated no matter what job lies ahead. You're going to absolutely crush it. As a global leader of power tools, measuring tools, and accessories, Bosch's innovative product solutions are built with quality engineering and precision in mind. The assortment of products ensures that you have the right tools in your toolbox to tackle a variety of tasks with relative ease. Bosch's 18-volt battery platform powers numerous tools, creating a consistent energy home base that keeps the brand's family of tools running. Like your favorite players on the field, Bosch Power Tools make sure that you are powered up and ready for anything that gets thrown your way, because the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Head to BoschTools.com today to learn more about power tools you need to get the job done right every single time. Got to tell you. Yes, go ahead, caller.
You go first.
No. You had your hand
Okay,
raised.
well, look, Bosch sent us a nice impact driver, a drill, and I opened it up, and Olivia happened to be standing there. And as I pulled it out, she got this look in her eye. And I was like, oh, I know that look. That's love right there. So I was like, okay, like what's about to happen? And she's like, hey, I got something that you need to assemble for me. Take that thing and get it done. So I did it.
Well, you know what? Somebody's going to clip off the last 20 seconds of this conversation, put it on social media. It's going to be great.
True story too.
Hey, listen, the same thing happened with us, right? It arrived. We put all of our packages at the front door, and then we open them at the end of the day. It's almost like a special celebration. It's like our birthday.
That's ridiculous.
So we did. We opened it up, and she goes, okay. I was like, you know me, the first time I ever got an electric screwdriver from my in-laws, I started having beads of sweat come down my face because it's not in my DNA. But over the several decades of our relationship, I have gotten handier around the house. So when I got a new power tool, I was like, oh my God, this is a big, big deal. Of course, it arrived a week after I just put our outdoor table together, but that's not on anybody. So I am excited to look forward to my next project, whatever that may be. All right, we're looking forward to this. Are you more interested in watching Skeens against Yamamoto tonight at Dodger Stadium when the Pirates pay a visit, or to see if Aaron Judge's ridiculous start to the season continues when they face the Toronto Blue Jays?
As I mentioned, I will be at the game tonight, so I'm very excited to see that. But I'm going with Aaron Judge here. I called him underrated a couple episodes ago.
Oh my, by the way, what did you think of the response of everybody?
I think people who understood what I said were like, yeah, I think that's right. I was talking in the greatest of all time discussion. He's underrated. Mm-hmm. And I think people who got that understood where I was going. I got replies from a couple different big leaguers, Brent Rooker, including one of them. He said he's the most underrated player in the league. So how about that for people? There's some confirmation for me. This month is ridiculous. C Rosie, some of the numbers: 26 runs driven in, 39 hits. Here's the slash line, people. Hang with me: 415, 513, 734 for a 1247 OPS. And I said, okay, I'm going to use the old AI here, and this is what I typed in: best month in baseball offensively of all time with WRC plus, weighted runs created plus, because that's, you can go different eras with that. So the single best offensive month in baseball history, measured by WRC plus, is July of 1906. It was our guy Honus Wagner.
Oh yeah.
It was 271 that month. Okay, that's of all time. Aaron Judge right now is at 250. Oh, I was looking at OPS plus. He's at 257 OPS plus. I don't know what his rated runs created plus is actually. So now my whole argument is messed up. But anyways, I want him to continue this. And Dan Rourke told me homers are out for Judge. We're not doing 60, 70 homers. He wants to see him hit 400.
Yeah, that's not happening, Dan.
So even though my process got screwed up a little bit there, I'm excited to see what Judge can do, man. He's been obviously mashing.
What'd you say, Dan? 257 weighted runs created plus. Okay.
Is it the same as his OPS plus or the same thing? There
Yeah,
we
they
go.
are
So I
usually
guess my
pretty
argument is
close.
right.
I love Carlos Rodon's quote about Aaron Judge. He pitched against Cleveland and won the game on Wednesday. He said, right now he's like Tony Gwynn. Next week he'll probably be like Hank Aaron. That's a great quote.
I like that.
It's well done. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to hit 400. And the homers will continue this weekend because he faces Toronto, the only team against whom he has more home runs, the Baltimore Orioles. So something's flying out of Yankee Stadium. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if he hits 2 or 3 and gets to double digits. And then we're talking about that number. And he's amazing. He's amazing. And I wish people would listen to what I said. I said I didn't think that underrated was the right word, although Brent Rooker agreed with you, which is fine. I just don't know if that's the proper word because I think people rate him amazingly high. Most people, I think, rate him as the best player in baseball. The only other guy that they would say is better is Shohei. And I'm talking about best hitter in baseball. I don't think other people are like, hey, he's about 7 or 8. I mean, who does that?
I believe he was just rated like the 3rd or 4th best player by MLB Network.
But that's in order to. Those are shit stirring comments.
I'm just saying, Chris. Look, we don't have to get into this discussion because I don't think he's underrated in present terms. I'm just saying in the all-time discussion. That's what I was referencing. And he's not. Look, gosh, you're gonna make me do this. He's not better than Shohei as overall talent because nobody in the history of the game is better than Shohei in overall talent.
Yeah, I think most people would agree with that. I mean,
that's fine. That's fine.
And
let's not take away from Aaron Judge and what kind of freaking baseball player he is. And you know what? Not just a hitter. Like he's a complete baseball player.
But here's why when you delved into the Pujols, Miguel Cabrera, Manny Ramirez discussion, the problem is those guys, their careers are done and they were all 2 decades long.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is smack dab in the middle of what, as long as he remains healthy, of what we hope will be a 2-decade career. So we can't, like, as you said, the playoffs narrative is not fully written for him. But for each of those guys, they had already achieved the team success within the first 10-ish years of their career. That's the difference. That's all.
Yeah, I get it.
So
I get it. Although I believe it's
that
a little
box.
unfair, I do understand why it matters.
Right. But I wish that people would, you're such a Judge hater, which is bullshit. I'd mention this at least once a month, how much I love watching him. Love it. But
you know who hates you?
Huh?
You know who like is hating on you?
Who's that?
His hitting coach. You didn't see that?
No.
On X.
What did he say?
There's been a couple clips that we've put out that he's commented and he says mean things about you. I thought you would have seen that.
Oh, no. What did he say?
Are you ready for this? Just off the top of my head, I believe he said Chris Rose is an idiot. Like that was it.
Oh. But how would that be an idiot from bringing
it was actually under our social clip talking about this. I don't know why he decided to say that, but
I mean, it might be. He might feel that way. I don't really give a damn. I mean, he obviously does a wonderful job with Aaron Judge, but I don't keep doing what you're doing. That's perfectly fine. But
yeah, dude, that would be a great matchup. You, versus Teacher Man in the ring. Like, we could sell a lot of tickets to that.
How is he physically? He might have to tie one hand behind his back because, at my age, I'm not so sure. I told you about my fighting history.
I think you got him. If I'm handicapping the fight, I'm putting the odds on you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, you're gonna have to send me those because I don't even know. I didn't even notice that.
Okay, I'll send them to you. I think
Yeah.
he must watch the show.
Well, that's good. He can. People can have opinions about whatever. It doesn't bother me. When they think, "Oh, you're an idiot. Go back to whatever you did before you talked about baseball." Hey, listen, bro. We all have different opinions, and you know who else has different opinions? People who play the game. People who play the game don't see the game the same way. So whether you played the game or didn't play the game, you're still entitled to an opinion, and you're okay to disagree with it. It's fine. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I don't take things personally. I really don't. Damn it. How
Sorry,
am I
I
going
brought
to
that
continue
up.
on?
It was fresh in my mind.
Yeah, you got to find this stuff and send it to Sawyer. If you're listening, if you're still awake, why don't you find some of those things and see if you can send them? Okay? Somebody wake up Sawyer.
Fired up now.
Make sure he's there. Oh, there you go, Sawyer. Way to chime in. Good. There's some days I wonder if you're still with me, brother. Sawyer does an amazing job, by the way. He crushes it. Let's move on. Giants take 3 of 4 from the Brewers. Milwaukee's now off to St. Louis. They're going to try and shake off this series, which was very odd for them. It wasn't just that they dropped Thursday's game, it was the way that they lost Thursday's game. And you saw it was a 5-5 game in the 8th, and Christian Yelich, who's been mostly a DH, but got out there in left field, he just clunked the liner, and then he slipped all over himself. It was horrible. Giants end up winning the game. After this contest, the Brewers actually had a 20-minute team meeting to kind of clear the air, and the veteran left fielder and former league MVP shed a little light on it.
It wasn't anything crazy, just we all know that we need to clean it up, but you have to do that. In the big leagues, you have to do that. You can't keep making mistakes, and it's all of us, so just get it corrected and, don't let it linger.
Okay, I guess I want to get to the anatomy of a team meeting. Like the first month of a team that has played pretty well until that series, they dropped 3 of 4. They're now a 500 squad. Do team meetings help?
I think they can. You can't do them all the time, or else they kind of lose their oomph. Like I knew with Ron Gardenhire there was gonna be like twice a year we were gonna get blown up, and like sometimes I feel like it wasn't even like warranted, but he just was like, "Damn, I got to get my quota in." But they can help, and for the Brewers, I think they saw a team in the other dugout that out-Brewered them in the series. Like they played better defense than them. They moved runners better than them. They ran the bases better than them, and they lost 3 of 4. So I think when you see that happen, you as a team, you're like, no, that's supposed to be us. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Yelly, he was going to score anyway on that play. It's a tough look for Yelly, especially because he fell down afterwards. A little slippage there. But I think you got to give more credit to the Giants than, especially in yesterday's game, than the Brewers. The way that they fought back, moved runners, did everything the right way. But I think that's more of what it was. I feel like a guy like Pat Murphy, who he's got some of the best one-liners around. When you hang around him, you just know that you're around a guy that's seen a lot of baseball. I think when he speaks, they listen. And, sometimes you want to nip it in the bud before it becomes something. 3 or 4 losses, the way that happened, I think it was a good time to do it. Despite the record, like you said, they're playing pretty good baseball, but there are times where you have to remind your team pretty good isn't good enough. And I think that's what this was.
Yeah, I mean, when I talk to a lot of guys, it's fine. I suppose there is nothing wrong with it, particularly for a team like the Brewers, who we have given them flowers because they are so well defined as to who they are and what they need to be in order to compete. Right? They have to live on the margins of success. They're not going to overpower you in a lot of areas, whether it's on the mound or at the plate. They have to run the bases effectively. They have to catch the ball. In the last 2 years, they have won the team Gold Glove, and it's why they have had all of the success that they have. So yeah, this has been a little bit of a bummer for them, no question. I'm fine with it. I'm good. I guess we'll see. We'll see how much of an impact it has this weekend when they take on St. Louis. I think that's probably a part of it as well. Is that it's the timing. Hey, this is a big rival. This is a division team. Let's make sure that we put our best foot forward, so we're not sitting through another weekend where we're having the ball clunk off our mitts and we're not running the bases effectively. Cool, right? Guess that's it. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry, Dan.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
here
you,
we go.
bro.
Let's get back to it. Rose's baseball IQ is less than his age. That's what the dude
What's
said.
the IQ scale anyway these days?
I don't know. I'm too dumb to know it.
I want to take an IQ test.
I would love to know what Richard's problem with my comment was.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think he's always looking for a fight.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who else does he work with, or is it just Aaron Judge? Oh, he worked with somebody else this.
He worked Kerry
offseason.
Carpenter, Kyron Paris,
Kyron Paris. Yeah,
Scotty
that's
Kingery.
yeah.
Kyron Paris is just not trusting what he's doing anymore. I can tell when I watch his at bats. He's just before he was leg up early, very aggressive, and now it's much more of a passive looking swing, which tells me he's just not seeing the ball. So that's a timing thing. If it's, I don't know.
Okay, interesting. All right, are you finding it difficult to find time for a complete balanced meal? That's where today's sponsor, Huel, spelled Huel, comes in handy. And right now, new customers, you get 15% off plus a free gift with the code today at Huel.com. Their Black Edition ready to drink is a complete meal in a bottle, 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals. It is very low in sugar. For both of us, mornings can be a little on the chaotic side, right? We're out the door in minutes. We don't have time to whip up a balanced meal. That's where Huel Black Edition comes up clutch. Keeps us full, keeps us energized, focused on whatever we need to tackle and whatever the day throws at us. So join the community of Hueligans with this exclusive offer for our new customers. 15% off plus a free gift with the code today at Huel.com. That's 15% plus a free gift for new customers with the code today at Huel.com. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters. See the description for terms and conditions. All right, a little bit of fun stuff to end the show today. An amazing story told by Tom Caron of Nesson while Garrett Crochet was pitching on Thursday. This is a fun one.
Anna Galbraith, you might have seen on social media, she is crocheting a sweater, but she only works on the sweater when Garrett Crochet is pitching. She begins with his first pitch of the day and will put everything away when he is done for the day. She won't be working on the sweater when the relievers are in there.
I love this. Good for her.
It's awesome. It reminds me of my grandma Dorothy, who's passed away. But I used to crochet with her. I didn't really know how to do it well, but I could do like a scarf, which is basically just I couldn't do any actual clothes. But she would knit and crochet all the time. She taught me so much how to play cards, crosswords, and I don't know if I could do it now. I should probably go try and see if I can get it back.
Yes, I
love
love
you
that.
like some socks.
No, because my feet get really hot.
You're really sweaty. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass on that.
This is awesome. I bet if she does this, she could auction it off, and people would pay a pretty penny for that charity, all that whole thing. I think that's a really cool idea.
Yes, you know what? Garrett Crochet should team up with her.
He should buy it. Yeah, that's a great call.
Yep, I love it.
Let's challenge that Garrett Crochet buy that dang thing.
Yeah, we should. He's a CAA guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So we should be able to get that info to him because I think it is a really cool story. It's fun. I love it that she stops the minute he goes out of the game, that she doesn't continue. That's one of those stories. Good job, Tom. Good job. He does a great job. That was really, really good. All right, last thing. If you've been following this show the entire week, you have heard about the whole Applebee's story. We mentioned them earlier in the week, and then they slid into Trev's DMs and offered him a gift card, and he said, no. I appreciate it. As great as that is, I want 2 so I can give them away to some of our people out there in the community. So we have decided how you can 2 $100 gift cards, how you can earn them. You have to leave in the comment who you would take to fill out the table of 4 on a trip to Applebee's. So it'll be the 2 of us, it'll be you, and then there's 1 vacant seat. So you have to tell us who it is. It's got to be somebody that's living, so it's got to be realistic. And in the comments as well, you have to explain why that person should fill out our foursome. Fair enough?
I love that. Let's pick 2 people though. It's not to give $200 to one person. Let's go 100, 100.
Yes. Yeah. Two
Yeah.
people.
You pick one, I pick one.
Yeah. And so we'll do that. So make sure you leave a comment, but it's got to be more than just a name. You have to think about it. So you got to get creative or pull at our heartstrings. Something could, whatever it is. Who knows? I like this. This has been an amazingly fun story.
Nice little run. Who would have thought us and Applebee's?
We got a whole week worth of content out of it, plus a week plus heading into next week. That's good. All right, what's the best thing you're doing this weekend?
I got a great day lined up. So you want to hear it real quick?
Please.
Well, I just did this show, which is incredible for me waking up. I'm going to do Talking Baseball right after this.
Mhm.
Then I have tennis. Then I have a massage with Olivia, a little couples massage. And then we're getting in the car. We're driving down to Dodger Stadium. I'll catch the game. Probably going to leave in the 7th inning because that's what you do. And I got dinner downtown tonight.
Wow, that is a great day.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Very excited.
I got more of the NFL draft, which I look forward to. So make sure you catch out the pregame show. That's coming your way at 4 o'clock Eastern. Then round 2 comes your way at 7 o'clock Eastern. Boy, my Browns were busy. Round 1. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. We'll discuss offline, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful sporting weekend. For our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, our awesome intern, Sawyer, who did get me that information. I was just joking when I said, are you awake? He is always awake. That is the uber-talented, yet very busy this weekend, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. Have a great baseball weekend. We will see you Monday on Baseball Today.